Here's the midnight stock market update for where we're at because we're always busy doing something. Well, anyway, so here's the deal. Now, I told you that even last Friday, I said I've been saying this for a long time, actually several days, that if you see a red close on a Friday and followed on a Monday, that is like somewhere between 86% or if not higher historically, that you're in a nightmare in the stock market, that's when we have major sell-offs that can continue for at least a week, right? And some of those stock market crashed within 2 weeks. Now we're not in crash mode. So don't think that yet. It's coming. I told you probably around February 2nd or 3rd week, possibly 4th week, you're going to see a whoop. But we don't know. I don't know exactly, but it's coming. There's going to be a big sell-off. I'm guessing that's about February, knowing my historically stock market trading, right? So here's the deal. So the futures are down already. Look at that. That means the gap down is really pretty stiff here. So that means we got to watch out for a future ramp. So that they'll try to probably cover these gaps. I don't know how many we have down. I'll look at it later, but I'm trying to keep this short because I got a lot to do and it's getting late here. So we got a gap down again. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 in a row, but it means this will probably fill eventually before they pull the thing. So even though if it goes down, this is probably going to have some kind of rebound into it. All right. So here's the deal. So we got that. I should have probably held a short on this since I knew it, but I thought I'd get more leverage for more bang for my buck and my powder using some of these other tools, shorting silver, and also when you go on margin, it's easier to go on margin I'm not saying go on margin, I'm saying go on margin. It's easier to go using something like silver because they won't let you margin that much on some of the other like TZA or reverse QQQs and all that quid and all these others, right? All these other ETFs. But what's interesting about this, our Hang Seng's doing good, yes. Woo. No, China, yeah, sorry, the China, right at 1% already down. So that means tomorrow should be good because I still got that China short on. Yes, I do. I kept the China short on. I should have gone after Japan though. Boy, I'm gonna have to in the future get a leveraged one going after Hong Kong or even Japan, man. Oof, they get slapped in the face every time this goes down. I mean, the Nikkei, that thing's down 2.46%. Well, anyway, here's where I'm like, oh, okay, what's happening? Now, remember I told you to take off the cold trade. I did that. That's fine. Natural gas trying to rebound. We already had a previous thing on that. They're playing games with it. You know what I mean? We talked about that. It's a scam. Anyway, gold is here. And actually, I'll go into commodities, silvers. Here's the thing. Click on the commodities of the futures. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to talk a lot about this gold and silver in about 10 seconds because there is something that is very interesting that relies the game plan here. And I'm going to explain this to you. Here's the game plan they're trying to do. It's not that they hate the Bitcoin, by the way, folks, this digital thing, the Federal Reserve. They want to introduce it. Now, they have been playing this out very nicely. Don't you love the story, the theme, the stage they put on here? So what they've done is you think this whole Friedman guy that's been, they got him arrested in Bahamas, behind jail, all this other crap. It's all a scam, folks. You know why? You know why? You don't think they're part of this? They planned this? You know that the Fed was aware of him doing this? They knew every minute. They probably even paid him off to do it. Not kidding you. You're going to lose a lot of money, but we're going to find some way not getting you in jail or put you on a little island or, this has all been planned. Now, whether he knew he was getting set up, don't know. But he got set up and he was used, my friends. He was used. The Fed has been monitoring this Bitcoin situation. They've been fighting it from day one because the previous guy that started the McAfee virus software, he was trying to expose the Fed. And guess what? He ends up committing suicide in a jail mysteriously. They said, he was so mad and frustrated. Commits suicide because he's trying to expose how the Fed and everybody else is trying to control the Bitcoin elite. He did. And guess what? He ends up getting arrested and ends up killing himself in a suicide in a jail somewhere. Remember that story? I can't remember it. McAfee. Look it up. You can't make this crap up. So this guy here, this Friedman or whatever this guy is. Anyway, lose his record now, and they all after said, "Oh, he's the scapegoat." By the way, folks, they wanted this. I'll explain to you why. Because that way, in the future, that they can use the people. See, they always got to get the backing of the people, and make sure that they look clean in the process. So they're going to use it when they introduce their own Bitcoin. Now, it'll probably be international or something. The Fed wants to introduce their own Bitcoin. Did you know? Yeah, they did. Yeah, that's your new currency, the one world religion, government, and money, because people worship money. So it's coming down there where they're going to use a Bitcoin so anybody that's invested in Bitcoin, you better think about it twice, because they're all going to be worthless. We already see what they did to Bitcoin, took it from 40,000 to 16, if not lower. And anyone that you buy, anyone they choose, it's all a fakery. It's all to take your money, and also it's a setup. So the Fed will come out and introduce for their global currency. They'll introduce their own Bitcoin. Okay. So now they've got the backing where they can use the future, saying, well, look what happens when it's unregulated. We're the order out of chaos. See, that Bitcoin needs to be regulated. We need to make it regular, like we're going to make you a regular person. That could be a true soul, a true being. Don't realize that you're going to be one of the sheeple here that's under the system that takes the downloads NPCs. We're going to make you regular, not the unleaded or the, seriously, we're going to make you a regular, one of them, a normie. Don't you see how they do this? That's why they call it that, by the way. We're going to regulate it so we can make it normal. So now they got that backing. So then they're going to do this. Then they're going to cause the most pain you can stand. They're going to take the dollar, and we saw that with IPEC Goat 2 video. It shows the crashing of the dollar. Predictive program, they're going to smack that dollar and make you in so much pain. But I don't know when, next year, year after, there's somewhere in there that you're going to be screaming for something. And and then they're going to have the excuse to somehow they're going to set that up. I'm trying to think how they're going to do that, crash the dollar. They'll probably dump the bonds out in the market. They'll do something, right, to say, this is another reason we got to go to the Federal Reserve Bitcoin. So then they're going to cause maximum pain, because, see, they can't do it too. See, if they do it too early, if they intervene now, then they don't get any backing. So they're going to say, well, if it's messy and people don't like it, they'll say, see how the Fed stepped in too soon, and look what they did, and it's all their fault. No, so they make maximum pain and let all these weird things unfold. People being taken into courtrooms from the Bahamas, all this weird crap, and oxen pain. And then they say, oh, thank God the Fed, the order, thank God they came along and saved us with their Bitcoin, because that's messy. And people are losing their money on the Bitcoin. They're going to say, yeah, get revenge on the Bitcoins, all those evil companies that sold me that, and I ended up broke. So that, idiots I should have known better, should have trusted government, because government's big brother, right? It's coming. So that's why they're doing this setup. So now where are you headed with this, Kirk? We got enough. You babbled about that for 20 minutes. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just making it very clear, crystal clear. Okay, so here is why and how, the what's. And okay, so guess what they're going to do to gold and silver? Oh, you are kidding me. I kept thinking to myself, it's really weird. Silver should be way higher. Now, we're not going to get in a debate about unlimited supply of oil and gold and silver. They've been hiding gold for years, and they probably silver too. I'm seriously, Vatican's been hoarding that crap like you never seen. The diamond market's been a lie. You could probably eat diamonds. It's called the blood diamonds. They bury them, and you find them, they hide them, and De Beers is actually the company. De Beers is the company who runs the diamond market, and they control it. And you tell you what, people disappear, diamonds disappear, and they've got more diamonds than you could stand. Yeah, not kidding. There's diamonds everywhere. The world's full of diamonds. But anyway, they got to make them valuable, control it. And guess who is controlled by? The jewelries, the Jews. It's written right in the phonics. Jewelry, Jew, Jew, don't you get, they're going to jewelerize you with the Jews. The Jews control the diamonds and all the precious, my precious, I'm not, my little precious, I never watched that much, the Lord of the Rings, my precious. So, that's it. They control the diamonds. There's probably a lot in the Lord of the Rings. There actually is a lot of spiritual stuff, but ain't. So anyway, so now the Jews actually control that market, by the way. Yeah, it's right there, right in their face. But anyway, and they make it known. It's okay. I'm not judging this crap. I'm not insulting the Jews or saying they're bad or evil. I'm just telling you that's who controls it. Now, so here's the deal. You think they're going to let you reintroduce gold and silver to be your safety net and go back to the gold and silver, having gold and silver coins and standard as money? Because that would be a lot to be backed with something real, something more material by having the gold and silver in the coins. So all these people have been hoarding gold and silver for years, repeat, years. I always said, got to get your physical gold because it's when the system crashes, it's going to be worth something. You know what's going to be worth? Nothing. You know what I just said? It might buy you a little bit of comfort for a while, but the system crashes. When they crash it, it's going to buy you nothing. It will because they got to control that. They're going to make you convert to their Bitcoin. Yeah. I've been hearing years about how you hoard it. And anything that you're hoarding means it's going to be useless. Yeah, seriously, it's all going to be useless. The only thing you hoard is love your God, and those are the right things. When he talks about don't hoard things, and guess what? That's what you're hoarding. Not saying you shouldn't. I'm not saying that whatsoever. It could come in a little value for a while, but in the end, you better get with God and the Lord and the angels, all good, right? So anyway, I'm in this. So if gold, so they held silver back to make it on purpose. It should be worth more valuable for what we think that how much silver is around, right? They've held it back on purpose, and guess what? They're going to hold it back even worse because they don't want you to actually use it as a currency, and gold as well. Because if the system crashes, it's harder for them to control the gold and silver markets these days, right? Especially all the people that got all these coins and hoarding and crap. So that's where it's not. That's what here I'm heading to this. You are not going to see gold and silver. It might do a bump and a spike, and then it's going to fall right back down. Not kidding you. It's not going to go there, folks. You know, we've seen silver been rising, and it's never going to blow out and be this. God, people said, oh, if you had an ounce of silver, even it's going to be worth, $1 million or something once the system crashes. And people are going to want more things like gasoline and coal. Do you know that coal has probably more valuable than that because you can burn it? The elite have been storing it for years, waiting for the apocalypse. Somehow they've been warned, that's the big one, that they're going to do something big because they've been hoarding it in Colorado and even in Wyoming above us. They'll have tons of land that's going to dump a bunch of coal on it. They will. They've been storing coal. They think it's going to be valuable. So my point is that it's not. So you can't introduce a Bitcoin if everybody's screaming for the gold and silver. They can't. So they're gonna have to hold that market down as well. They're gonna hold it down somehow. So like they've been doing. Let's see what else. So that's just my point. They're gonna introduce their Bitcoin or try to, right? And that's why. So anyway, my point is this: you can play it and trade it, hoard it and store it, but in the end, it's gonna. So anyway, you got that. Let's see. Brent crude, oil is kind of floating around there a little bit. Anyway, there it is. Silver, yep, right there. I'm still up, even if they pull it up that much. Gold there, yep. Might as well just do this. Not valuable. Not it. They could even use coins in platinum, right? But it ain't going to be worth anything either. Oops, there's me. How you doing? All right. So anyway, copper, same thing, blah, blah, blah. Now, corn, food might be valuable. Yeah, because they're going to starve you. See how those are up? I need to look at those agricultural ETFs. There was one called the breakfast, and it was looking pretty good, all right? Anyway, so there's what's going on. A commodity ETFs. There's the commodity. I wonder if you can sort of a change. Well, yeah. So there's the commodity ones. You got some. I don't recognize some. Are you kidding me? What the heck is a comb? Anyway, they're not moving much because look at the change on them. See, you want the high flyers, the high movers. All right, there you go. Bitcoin's useless. Gold and silver, average. Probably be okay going in the future, but ain't gonna make you a million. Ain't gonna save an apocalypse. Sony, there's their play, and it's coming. So you just get ready for it. And get with your heart and soul and stay on God's side. God bless.